Thank you for joining us. And I wanted just to pick up from where we have Senator Okongo Mogeni asking that poignant question regarding the pronouncements as well. You're on the human rights segment also in the Senate as well. And we have Muslim for Human Rights they've said these pronouncements are ridiculous and a travesty also to the Constitution. First of all, do you hold with what the IG is saying, that the protests are illegal? And is this not really a provocation from the police force, seeing what we had before? We had peaceful demonstrators, but the police were the people who actually instigated some of this stone throwing that we saw last week.
Thanks, Debal. I am fully with the police IG in terms of the context of his pronouncements yesterday. When my senior colleague here passionately make reference to Article 37, which we've all read, not once, but several, he did not for a moment mention the provisions of Article 27 as to the justification why I must then speak about 37 and leave out 27. Your guess is as good as mine. I appreciate the fact that we are a constitutional, I mean, 37. You are entitled to demonstrate, but I'm equally entitled to enjoy that right also, because you
don't
cannot
infringe on my rights.
Infringe on my rights.
He
the pretext of doing it. You didn't. You did not.
No, I've said,
you did not.
If you become violent,
yes,
if you want to destroy property, then that way you can intervene as the police.
Exactly. No, but you didn't say that. You say that we are entitled to go out and demonstrate peacefully. The context of the IG statement, and also where we depart with my colleague, is a situation where people are purporting to demonstrate, but are not accountable, first of all, to the people whom they will ultimately destroy their property, because this is what happened last week. And also, they are not in charge. And we did speak about this one, that if it will get to a point where I am the one leading a demonstration, I should be able to account and take charge of the demonstrators. In this case, the people who are demonstrating, the front line would necessarily be my colleague, Senator Senior Counsel Okongo Mogeni, Commissioner, Honorable Wilson Sosion, Honorable Makali here. They are in front. All the people behind them, remember, Dibala are not necessarily demonstrating peacefully. Because last week we watched in the news, I was working from my office. They were all working from their offices because they were not demonstrating. I think he appeared technically and went back to work. The people who the IG was speaking to are the people who would be demonstrating with stones and aimed at destroying people's property and disrupting businesses. Otherwise, if we were to comply with the constitutional provision under Article 37 to go and demonstrate without destroying property, without disrupting businesses, without entering places which are protected, then Kenyans and every other person is entitled to do that. That is not the brief of the team led by Baba when they are demonstrating. And Dibal, you know that. When we talk about the IG saying, look, this thing is banned, it is banned because of what transpired last week. A boy was killed because they went into a supermarket and destroyed the business of an individual worth 20 million. Who will take responsibility for that? People went into structures in Kisumu. They burned someone's motor vehicle, burned someone's building, an office. Was that a demonstration? Was that peaceful? Was that exercising a right? And Makiu, Honorable Sosiana said it very well. We do not understand the context of Raila's and team's demonstration. Their story has been mutating every day. Today it's about the server. Tomorrow it's about the cost of living. The next day it's about the IBC. And all these things we went through the law procedurally. The first one, the server, they had an opportunity in the Supreme Court. They lost. They accepted. We moved on. The second, IEBC, we amended the law. The National Assembly went through the motions that were relevant. They did the amendment. We came to the Senate. We did the same thing. Nobody protested. Nobody has gone to court. They understand that they have that right. Why haven't they gone to court? Because they know we went through the right motions in compliance of the law and the Constitution. The third thing about the cost of living, we don't need to go to the mass so that we understand that we cannot wake up in the morning. I've talked about this before, that, you know, even Honorable Soshon is a biology teacher. He taught me in high school. The shortest gestation period of a living thing is probably 16 days, or I think 9 days, if I'm not wrong. You can't wake up in the morning and say, I'm planting today and I'm harvesting tomorrow. Kenya Kwanza government came into office in August 2022. It settled down to operationalize its administration in December. Things have happened. We are planting right now courtesy of subsidized fertilizer, which was not there. Our kids have gone to school. We are struggling with the CBC program. They cannot say we wake up today in the morning and tomorrow we bring down the cost of living. And for information, Dibal, none of the ODM Azimio legislators have even participated in bringing a bill in Bunge to say, look, we need to do something in law to ensure that we bring down the cost of living. They're just talking, they're just demonstrating, they're just actually doing what we would call sabotage of an administration, which is what we are saying. It is wrong. And that is why IG is saying this demonstration is not honest, is not fair, is not going to be the demonstration envisaged under Article 37 of the Constitution. I am a proponent of freedom. I understand what the law requires of one to do, but this is anarchy. This is the normal Raila antics that he's been doing from the time we were born up to right now, seeking attention, sabotaging an administration, and I mean, we would classify this as political terrorism. He's been doing this forever, and that is it. Let me not forget to congratulate my teacher, my client, Honorable Soshon. I am aware that this is a matter that's before the court, but he has been sworn into office, and he earned the office, and therefore we...
Okongo says we are congratulating an illegality.
No, but the courts have not said so. The courts have not pronounced
they are yet to determine if it's illegal or not.
So if it's illegal or not, we have to congratulate him because he earned the position.
All right.
Congratulations, Honorable Soshon.
All right. Thank you. Let's just hear from Dr. Makali, because what also Honorable Hilary Sigei is raising is, first of all, that you accepted. He says that you accepted the outcome of the courts. Is that entirely correct? Because I've always been hearing that you've respected the decision of the court, but you don't agree with it, so you've not really accepted. So it's not. Is it entirely true what he's saying? And again, I wanted just to know first, in terms of coming up with the legislation, aside from the demonstrations, he's challenging you that there is any single bill that has been drafted and steamrolled by any member of Azimio to actually put this, cases that you have on the street through a legislation in Parliament to be debated on. Let's just begin from there.
Dibal, anyway, good morning to my colleagues. They joined us after we had started. Dibal, at times that we are addressing Kenyans through this important TV channel, it's important that we also be objective in our assessment of situations. Dibal, after the High Court ruling, the Supreme Court ruling, I think Azimio came out very clear and stated that we respect the ruling, but we don't accept it. And that has always been the position. And then things were made worse.
That's not true, by the way.
Yeah, that's a statement. It was very clear. You can look at the ruling. You can actually, we have been public, we have given press releases publicly. We've said that we respect the
Supreme Court judgment.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you remember the first reaction to the judgment, when our leader, Honorable Raila Amolo, was addressing the nation, what did he say? Look at the statement by Raila, look at the statement by Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, look at the statement by Martha Karua. It was very clear that we respect that judgment, but we don't accept it in terms of what they were saying. Then to make things worse, there's the issue of the whistleblower, which came up. We had accepted it, we said we have said we don't accept it, but we don't believe in it. We move on. But later, a whistleblower comes up, and then out of that, things get worse. But let's not get to that level because we are still there.
We can't now, on that whistleblower thing. Yeah, this whistleblower.
Yes, because there was a whistleblower.
But when are we going to spill these revelations from the whistleblower?
Yeah. But we've never had. It has always the papers. Even bad, you have discussed that thing in this show.
No, we just had there's a whistleblower, but the content of the whistleblower.
But the content was very well